Brave Girls Bible Stories. Esther, one brave beauty queen, the book of Esther. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 30. Charm is deceitful, and beauty is passing, but a woman who fears the Lord, she shall be praised. Want to know what I love more than anything else? God. But you know what else I really like? I'm almost afraid to say, embarrassed really. Beauty pageants. Yes, I have to admit, I love the drama, the shiny makeup, the flowy, colorful dresses that sparkle in the spotlight. You might not think that my two loves, God and beauty pageants, could possibly go together, but they can. You just need to meet Esther, one of my favorite brave and beautiful girls from the Bible. I love Esther because she reminds me that God cares about all kinds of beauty. I think that's why he paints the morning skies with amazing sunrises, the green grass with colorful flowers, and the dark night with glittering lights. God shines his beauty throughout the whole universe. And that's what I see in Esther's tale of bravery and hope. Esther entered the pageant of all beauty pageants and won. Better still, God used her beauty, outward and inward, to save his people and show his glory in some amazing ways. Imagine a grand royal palace, full with beautiful rooms. Inside, servants bustle about, tending to hundreds of gorgeous young girls from throughout the kingdom. All are competing to wow King Xerxes and win the crown as Persia's new queen. Shelves are stocked with perfumes, powders, and every shade of eyeshadow imaginable, just to make pretty girls prettier. But not prettier than Esther. Esther glowed with a glory that other girls didn't have. Don't get the idea that life had always been easy for Esther. Both of her parents had died many years before. Her cousin Mordecai had raised her instead. He taught her how to love and trust God, even though they were Jews living under Persian rule. Mordecai told Esther to keep her family information a secret, so she was powdered and primed like the other Persian girls for 12 long months. Then, after it was her turn to be taken before King Xerxes, he handed her the crown. Esther was the new queen of Persia. Now, most fairy tale stories would end right there, with a they lived happily ever after. But Esther's real-life story was not so easy. After she became queen, cousin Mordecai sent word to her about an evil man named Haman, one of the king's top officials. Haman hated Mordecai and all the Jewish people. So Haman tricked the king into signing a new law that said all the Jews needed to be killed. You would think Esther could have marched right into the king's room and tattled on Haman, but she couldn't. First of all, the king didn't even know Esther was a Jew. Besides that, no one was allowed to go to the king without an invitation, not even his wife. If she tried, but the king didn't want to see her, he could have her killed. Esther was afraid. But Mordecai reminded her that God's ways are mysterious. Could it be that he had made Esther queen for the purpose of saving his people? Brave Esther chose to trust God. She sent a message to Mordecai. Tell our people to pray and fast for 3 days. I will pray too. Then it is up to God. If I die, I die. The 3 days passed. With her heart pounding and her knees shaking, beautiful Esther arose and entered the king's court. And do you know what King Xerxes did? He invited Esther in. He wanted to see her. What can I do for you? He asked. You are invited to my special dinner feast, Esther replied. The king was pleased. She also invited Haman. Haman thought he was pretty special, but he had no idea what kind of event Esther had planned. The feast was such a success that the king and Haman eagerly agreed to come to another one Esther held. But during the second dinner party, she finally told King Xerxes the whole truth. I am a Jew, and my cousin Mordecai, who raised me, is one too. This evil man, Haman, has tricked you into ordering that I, my friends, and my family be killed. King Xerxes got so angry, he immediately ordered Haman to be killed, and the Jews to protect themselves against anyone who tried to harm them. God granted the Jews such an amazing victory that day that they still celebrate the Feast of Purim today in honor of the event. Glory says, wow, wasn't that an amazing story? You know, Esther could have been prideful. She was beautiful, powerful, famous, rich, everything most people think they need or want. She didn't have to risk her life the way she did, but Esther had learned life's secret. God is a better reward than anything we find on earth. Being queen and ruling the world was nothing compared to being faithful to God and a daughter of the King of Kings. Esther chose wisely and won far more than a pageant. Her bravery won protection for her people and made the whole kingdom a better place. Is there anything more beautiful than a heart that loves and obeys the Lord? I mean, lip gloss is great, but the way we look on the outside won't change people's lives. God shows us through Esther that real beauty comes by listening to God and living out what he says. Lord, please make me beautifully bold like Esther, so I can show the world how wonderful you are. Amen.